trafficking sponsored by courts bringing value home. The Calvin Brutus probe, Hicken says, ask head of SUCO. President dismisses criticisms of Schoonord-to-Crane Highway. Patterson, meanwhile, contends that government continues to give citizens slam-dash no value for money roads. Ganja trafficking soldier gets 3 years behind bars. Colleague on $350,000 bail. And the National Defense Institute to address migration and gang violence. HGP Nightly News begins now. Good evening to our viewers here in Guyana and online. I'm Olitha Grant with the Thursday, 5th September 2024 edition of the HGP Nightly News. We will tell you at this hour that there is still no update from the police on the status of the probe involving Acting Deputy Police Commissioner Calvin Brutus. The dilly-dally posture to answer straightforward questions from journalists continue. Travis Chase reports.
When reporters approached Assistant Police Commissioner Clifton Hicken for an update on the investigation into allegations of financial impropriety made against policeman Calvin Brutus, he declined to answer and pointed reporters in the direction of the head of SUCO, Fazil Karim-Baksh. Hicken, who is performing the functions of Commissioner of Police, was approached at the sidelines of the launch of the National Defense Institute on Wednesday.
And what's the update with respect to the Brutus's investigation?
Of course, look, head of SUCO is standing right over there.
But you are the commissioner.
Yeah, but I'm not interfering with that matter. I give him latitude to do exactly what he likes to do.
But head of the Special Organized Crime Unit, Fazil Karim-Baksh, has already said that he won't comment on the investigation. The SUCO boss claims that the Anti-Money Laundering Act prevents him from providing any update to the press about the investigation. The SUCO head could not immediately say which section of the AML-CFT Act prevents him from doing so. Just recently, Home Affairs Minister Robeson Ben said that he is awaiting an update from SUCO. The Home Affairs Minister said too that the police investigation is still ongoing and he would not be able to say when it will be completed. Mr. Brutus has since been sent on leave to facilitate the investigation. That probe has now widened after investigators found that more than Guyana $800 million was laundered through the quartermaster's store of the Guyana Police Force, allowances for ranks stationed in the interior, the credit union, and the Consumers Co-op Society. Travis Chase, HGP Nightly News.
The National Defense Institute is set to conduct quarterly reviews to address pressing issues such as migration trends and gang activity, while also tackling the growing threat of drug trafficking. More details from Carice Gonzalez.
President Irfan Ali unveiled that the National Defense Institute will conduct quarterly assessments of regional challenges, including migration trends and gang-related activities, with an emphasis on tracking gang movements, resources, and their operational dynamics.
Gangs might believe that there is a weak institutional framework or a weak system that you can infiltrate easier in one jurisdiction. If we do not, in an analytical way, get to the bottom of this, our small societies will be faced with immense danger. It's already faced with great danger, but immense danger that can destabilize our economy, destabilize our society, and create havoc.
Highlighting the severe threat drug trafficking poses to national security, President Ali issued a strong caution to traffickers, underscoring government's stance on combating this issue.
To those who may harbor ambitions of using Guyana as a transnational point for the movement of illegal substances, let me be clear, we'll come after you with the full force of the law.
In relation to the recent discovery of 4.4 tons of cocaine in Region 1, President Ali reaffirmed Guyana's dedication to dismantling drug trafficking networks with support from its international allies.
Make no mistake, The bus is not the end of the matter. We have every intention, working with our partners, to destabilize and break the back of all criminal networks, especially in drug trafficking, operating within our territorial space and in our airspace.
However, the president also noted that efforts are on the way to acquire assets to effectively manage and oversee airspace overflights, acknowledging the significant risk drug trafficking poses to national security. Reporting for the HGP Nightly News, I am Carice Gonzalez.
More than 1 month after 2 serving members of the Guyana Defense Force were caught with 316 pounds of marijuana in a bus, one has been sentenced to 3 years behind bars. Find out more from Tiana Cole.
Last July, 2 serving members of the Guyana Defense Force were arrested and charged with trafficking 316 pounds of marijuana and remanded to prison when they made their first court appearance before Principal Magistrate Faith McGusty at the Georgetown Magistrates Court. The Guyana Defense Force ranks 40-year-old GDF Corporal Edward McCalmont of Caneville, East Coast, Demerara, and 24-year-old Lance Corporal John Johnson of Tamari, East Bank, Demerara, on Wednesday made their third court appearance before Magistrate McGusty. During the proceedings, McCalmont changed his plea from not guilty to guilty and was sentenced to 3 years in prison. Meanwhile, Johnson's lawyer, Bernardo Silva, made an application for bail, citing that his client was neither the driver nor the owner of the vehicle containing the drugs. As such, bail was granted to Johnson in the sum of $350,000, with conditions requiring him to report to the Eastern Penitence Police Station every week until the determination of the trial. Johnson was also instructed to make his next court appearance on September 25, 2024 for further report and disclosure. According to reports on the day in question, acting on information, ranks from the special branch and other ranks went to Mandela Avenue in the vicinity of Space Gym behind the Botanical Garden, where they intercepted the Route 42 bus number BTT 27, which was proceeding south along Mandela Avenue. The bus is owned and was driven at the time by McCalmont while Johnson was seated in the front passenger seat. At the time, they were both fully dressed in their uniform. Police informed them as to why they were stopped and based on information received, revealed that they were trafficking narcotics. Police then carried out a search on the vehicle in the presence of the 2 GDF ranks and found 49 large bulky parcels wrapped with transparent plastics on the bus seats. Police opened the parcels in their presence and found that it contained a quantity of leaves, seeds, and stems suspected to be cannabis. The ranks were told of the offense committed, arrested, and cautioned. The GDF ranks were then escorted to the Eastern Penitence Police Station, along with the bus and the suspected cannabis, which when weighed amounted to 316 pounds. Tiana Cole reporting for the HGP Nightly News.
Join us after this break for more news.
Welcome to SNL Electrical Inc., where lighting and electrical needs are met with expertise and style. From the latest in electrical lamps to durable cables, circuit breakers, panels, we have it all. Illuminate your space with our elegant chandeliers, stunning crystal lights, and versatile pole lights. Looking to upgrade your comfort? Explore top-of-the-line AC units and our diverse selections of stylish styles. Visit us at 170-180 Thomas Street, Kitty, Georgetown. Discover solution that not only lights up your world but transforms it. Call us on telephone number 226-3018 or 223-1634. SNL Electrical Inc. powering your life with elegance, quality, and care.
Say goodbye to germs with a free Sterling Super Soap automatic dispenser. That's right, get free equipment and installation of our touch-free dispenser. The perfect amount of soap every time ensures clean and germ-free hands. Refilling is quick and easy with 4 amazing fragrances: coconut, sunflower sunrise, pink blossom, and citrus zest. Call us on 265-7403.
I can't wait until tomorrow.
Yes. I ain't start packing yet. Usually I pack a couple hours before and I go. Drive. I got my phone, I got my keys, my charger, my
Procrastinating planning for the future? Well, that's never a good idea. Let Demerara Mutual and Demerara Fire and General help you get started with planning for your future today. I'm with Dem.
You're watching the HGP Nightly News. Welcome back. In response to recent social media allegations of substandard work on the newly commissioned Schoonord-to-Crane Highway, President Ali has since rejected these claims. He describes them as baseless, arguing that they do not reflect the actual state of the project. Carice Gonzalez reports.
President Irfan Ali, during a recent sideline interview with reporters, dismissed concerns about the $15 billion Schoonord-to-Crane Highway. He argued that the criticisms are unfounded, as some of the issues mentioned are due to work that remains incomplete.
Absolutely no concern about Schoonord Road project. First of all, and I shared with Shabral last evening information, because there are some drain covers, and these are covers where the form still has to be removed. And this is ongoing, and there's a long defects liability period. So it's just empty noise.
At the highway's launch, President Ali emphasized that the project is part of a broader initiative to improve line connectivity across the country. Additionally, he noted that an adjustment to add another exit, which had been highlighted, will be completed. However, Francis Michael Bailey, a commentator, has taken to Facebook to voice his concerns about the quality of the highway. He pointed out various issues, such as drain covers with exposed rebar handles, and also questioned the budget increase from the initial $11 billion estimate to the final $15 billion.
If we're talking about proper things, y'all don't come for me. Let me talk about proper things. Let's talk about proper construction. Okay, check there. Have a look at the work here. I just want you guys to remember $15 billion spent on this road.
The commentator in a social media post added, quote, "We lack historic accountability in Guyana because no party has ever been mature enough to relinquish their petty obsession with looking good and trying to divert attention from anything that makes them look bad. Our politicians have become so obsessed with the image we shun and a reality that doesn't coexist with the narrative being crafted. I still long for a day when our leaders on both sides of the divide don't only notice what is wrong when they are in opposition." End quote. However, the contracts for this project were inked in September 2022 and were awarded to VR Construction Inc., Avinash Contracting and Scrap Metal Inc., Elleris Construction and Services Inc., Guy America Construction, AGM Enterprise, Pals Construction, Pruan Brothers Disposal, and JS Guyana Inc. Reporting for the HGP Nightly News, I am Carice Gonzalez.
Meanwhile, opposition member of parliament David Patterson has sharply criticized the government for the declining quality of major road projects in Guyana, alleging that the deterioration of key infrastructure is due to favoritism in contractor selection and mismanagement of funds. Here again is Carice Gonzalez.
In a recent interview, Opposition Member of Parliament David Patterson criticized the government for the poor quality of road projects throughout Guyana. He argued that these issues reflect broader failures in project management.
You could see it, it's all slapdash, poorly executed, poorly supervised.
Patterson pointed out that infrastructure projects such as the Heroes Highway, Cemetery Road, and the Schoonord-to-Crane Highway are deteriorating quickly. He attributed this problem to the fact that the contractors selected for these projects are allies of the government, suggesting a conflict of interest. Additionally, Patterson expressed concerns about the allocation of funds for the Schoonord-to-Crane Highway. He noted that the initial budget for this project was $11 billion, raising questions about financial oversight and management.
At the opening and everywhere else now, the contract price has gone to $15.1 billion. There's no explanation where the extra $3 billion, $3.5 billion has been expended. They've given contractors an increase without even telling us why.
Furthermore, Patterson highlighted that the Central Housing and Planning Authority, which has oversight for these major works, lacks the capability to handle such large-scale projects effectively. This deficiency is contributing to the substandard quality of work.
Ministry of Housing is definitely not equipped to do any highways. So the end result, Heroes Highway, the Schoonord Highway, all of these things. And that's deliberate to ensure that, the lack of oversight, deliberate so that they can give to their friends, families, and favorites.
Despite these issues, Patterson commended the public for holding the government accountable when they noticed substandard work. He encouraged continued public scrutiny, arguing that such pressure forces the government to respond and address concerns raised. I am Carice Gonzalez reporting for the HGP Nightly News.
We will turn our attention to what is happening in the Indigenous people's arena following the just concluded National Tushaus Council Conference. The Amerindian People's Association, APA, is pushing for structural changes to the conduct of the Indigenous caucus. Antonio Day reports.
The Amerindian People's Association, known as the APA, during a recent interview with Nightly News, expressed disappointment with the conduct of the 2024 National Tushaus Council Conference, NTCC. APA's project manager, Graham Atkinson, pointed out to this newscast several blatant flaws.
We found on day one that there were clearly no rules regarding elections and so on. They found that a current RU from Region number 9, who is closely in line with the political party, the governing party, was the returning officer.
Atkinson noted that at the opening of the NTCC, Tushaus from various district councils elected a 20-member executive committee, but several procedures were not followed.
They pulled some rules out of the air to talk about the rotation of Tushaus from the North Backrimers to sit on the NTC. We've never heard of that before.
The NTC elections resulted in the re-election of Derek John as chairman, followed by Sonia Lachman, Tushaw of Bethany, as vice chair. Atkinson said that the APA will willingly work with the state to devise proper mandates and procedures regarding the conduct of the NTCC.
Well, people are making up rules for the NTC, and this is the government really doing that. APA is trying to help the NTC to come up with mandates and procedures governing how the meeting is conducted.
He believes that the forum should not be conducted as if it is a cake shop.
The whole structure of the NTC has been that you have far too much of speeches by government and sector officials and far less time for Indigenous leaders to make representation on behalf of the people.
He concluded that there is a dire need for structural changes to the conduct of the NTCC. Antonio Day reporting for the HGP Nightly News.
Stay tuned, more news ahead.
Planning a cleanup? We can help. Sevon's Waste Management skip bins can be provided for home renovation projects, yard cleanup, or construction project. It's simple. Step 1, give us a call. Step 2, we put down the bin. Step 3, load it up with all of your junk. Step 4, we take it away. That's simple. Bins are also available in various sizes, so there is no job that is too big or too small. Call Sevon's Waste Management today at 218-1455.
Tropic Construction Solutions, we pride ourselves on being one of the leading distributors of high-quality woven and non-woven geotextile fabric, geotextile tubes, and geogrids for over 15 years in Guyana. We supply reflective vests, sleeves, quality hard hats, and more for your construction needs. We are located in number 2 Village, East Coast Berbice, 1 minute from Palmyra. Our distribution mechanism enables us to offer delivery across the city of Georgetown. Contact us at +5926-284-077 or visit our website at www.tcsgt.com.
Welcome back with the HGP Nightly News. 500 delegates and counting are expected to attend the inaugural International Business Conference slated for this October. Nightly News' Antonio Day sat down with Head of Action Invest Caribbean, Dr. Vishnu Durga, on Thursday and filed this report.
Ghana is dubbed the country with the fastest growing economy and nascent energy sector. Head of Action Invest Ghana, Dr. Vishnu Durga, during an interview with Nightly News, reported that many international companies have a keen interest in investing here.
We have companies and investors coming in from over 40 countries, and they're all looking to find buyers, suppliers.
Durga says Action Invest Ghana is among key facilitators of the International Business Conference, which is scheduled for October 15 to 17 at the Guyana Marriott Hotel.
And we have many international companies and international investors looking into Guyana and Suriname and looking at the opportunities. The international entities are very interested in ensuring that they look at these countries to invest in both simultaneously, or at least have a place where they can leverage some of their investment.
The conference will focus heavily on energy, infrastructure, finance, logistics, agriculture, and manufacturing. It was also revealed that there will be discussions on improvements of Guyana's manufacturing sector, since significant strides are being made in agro-processing.
Our key focus when it comes to manufacturing, it's what is going to power this manufacturing. Where are we going to get this energy from? And as manufacturers, what do we actually need?
Farfan and Mendes, Caribbean Airlines, Ocean Park are among the companies slated to attend the conference. Antonio D reporting for the HGP Nightly News.
Stay tuned, regional news is ahead.
GECOM is currently conducting a national registration exercise. Who can register? Anyone who will be 14 years or older by December 31, 2024 and is a Guyanese citizen by birth, descent, naturalization, or is a citizen from a Commonwealth country living in Guyana for 1 year or more. Where to apply for registration? You are required to visit the registration office that is responsible for the registration of persons in your area of residence to apply for registration. Office hours, Monday to Thursday, 8 to 12 hours, 13 hours to 16 hours 30, and Friday from 8 to 12 hours and 13 to 15 hours 30. The offices will be closed on weekends and holidays. This registration exercise will end on November 29, 2024. For further information, contact GECOM on 225-0277-9 or visit the website www.gecom.org.gy.
Whatever your dream is, Republic Bank can help you make it happen. You can make it happen. Let's help you get there with a Make It Happen loan.
Republic Bank. We're the one for you. The Guyana Elections Commission GECOM is currently conducting a national registration exercise. Who can register? Anyone who will be 14 years or older by December 31st, 2024 and is a Guyanese citizen by birth, descent, naturalization, or is a citizen from a Commonwealth country living in Guyana for 1 year or more. How to apply for registration. You must visit the GECOM registration office that is responsible for the registration of persons from your area of residence to apply for registration or name change or correction. You must be in possession of the following source documents as might be relevant. Original birth certificate or valid Guyana passport for new registration. Original marriage certificate and original birth certificate in the case of a name change by way of marriage. Original deed poll and original birth certificate in the case of a name change by deed poll. Original naturalization certificate and original birth certificate in the case of naturalization. This registration exercise will end on November 29th, 2024. For further information, please contact GECOM on the following hotline numbers: 225-027729, 226-6557, 223-9650, or visit the GECOM website at www.gecom.org.gy.
And welcome to Thursday's edition of the Regional News. We begin with news from Venezuela. The lawyer for Venezuela's opposition leader Edmundo Gonzalez said on Wednesday the Attorney General's office would not formally accept his affidavit explaining why Gonzalez ignored 3 summons amid an ongoing election dispute. The summons came before an arrest warrant was issued for Gonzalez, the opposition's presidential candidate, on Monday on accusations of usurpation of functions, falsification of public documents, and conspiracy, among other charges. The summons were based on a related case and investigation into a website where the opposition posted copies of vote tallies from July's disputed election that has led the deadly protest and the arrest of high-profile opposition figures. We now bring you news from Jamaica. A mother is now regretting sending her son outside to get fresh air only for him to be murdered by gunmen a day after receiving his status letter from the University of the West Indies. Keanu Watson, 23, was elated when it was confirmed Sunday that he had successfully completed his degree in international relations and psychology, and sent his mother Sandra Blair a screenshot of the letter. Reports are that about 7:45 p.m., Watson and another man were standing along the roadway when armed thugs approached and opened fire on them. Both were rushed to the hospital where Watson was pronounced dead and the other man admitted in serious condition. However, the deadly shooting was captured on a TikTok Live. And now for some international news. President Xi Jinping pleaded to step up China's support across Africa with funding of nearly $51 billion over 3 years, backing for more infrastructure projects and the creation of at least 1 million jobs. China was ready to step up cooperation with Africa in industry, agriculture, infrastructure, trade, and investment, she told delegates from more than 50 African nations gathered in Beijing for a 3-yearly Forum on China-Africa Cooperation Summit. China, the world's biggest bilateral lender, promised to carry out 3 times as many infrastructure projects across resource-rich Africa, despite Xi's avowed new preference for small and beautiful schemes, based around selling advanced and green technologies in which Chinese firms have invested heavily. She also called for a China-Africa network of land and sea links and coordinated development, urging Chinese contractors to return to the continent now that COVID-19 curbs that disrupted its project had been lifted. I am Carice Gonzalez. Thank you for watching.
Calvin Brutus probe, Higgins says, ask head of SUCO. President dismisses criticisms of Schoonord-to-Crane Highway. Patterson, meanwhile, contends that government continues to give citizens slam dash no value for money roads. Gang trafficking soldier gets 3 years behind bars, colleague on $350,000 bail, and National Defense Institute to address migration and gang violence. Those are our major headlines for these stories and more. Please go to our website. It's www.hgptv.com. I'm Aletha Grant. Thanks for watching.